This top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016 video is brought to you by the Universe of the BluTubers channel. Enjoy.
Oh! Alright. Hey, what's up, you guys? wwefan0599 here again. And welcome back to the Universe of the BluTubers. And today we're going to be doing a top 10 list. A pretty special top 10 list, because today's top 10 list will be our top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016. And you're going like, wait, you said our top 10. Yes, I am joined by a very, very special guest, our BluTuber himself.
22 Tiger Dude. Thanks for bringing me on to do this top 10 anticipated movies of 2016 with you, man.
Yes, this should be fun. I mean, we're movie people. We love to watch movies, and yeah, you know, we're going to make this list here and tell you what is our most anticipated movies of 2016. So we might as well get right into our list. But first, before that, we were going to mention our honorable mentions. So I'll actually let my guest go first and say his honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions are Zootopia, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, Doctor Strange, Star Trek Beyond, Mona, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad didn't make the list.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm excited.
I'm in shock. I'm like in shock right now.
If I was doing a top 15, it's my number 11. It's number 11.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just in shock. I'm like, what?
I'm pretty sure everyone that's watching this video is probably in shock right now.
Yes, that is very, very surprising. Alrighty, my honorable mentions: London Has Fallen, Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, The Huntsman, and Doctor Strange.
Sweet.
All right, so let's let my good friend 22 Tiger Dude say his number 10.
So, my number 10 is one of my most anticipated animated movies of 2016. It has to be at least in my number 10 spot, and that movie is Kung Fu Panda 3.
Everybody be Kung Fu fighting. All right.
Yes, I've been waiting 5 freaking years ever since Kung Fu Panda 2 in 2011 and leaving us that big old cliffhanger without giving away any spoilers for those that haven't seen the second or even the first Kung Fu Panda. You know, ever since that, I've been just left hanging like, where are they going to go next with the story? Where is this franchise going to go after the second movie ending that big, honestly, even for an animated movie? And now that's going to be, well, soon to be 2016, the third installment is finally here, and I cannot wait. Just by watching the trailers, the movie looks like it'll be very funny. I don't know if it's going to be dark like Kung Fu Panda 2 was, or even Kung Fu Panda 1 had some serious dark moments to it as well. So I don't know how it's going to compare to both in terms of how dark it's going to be. But I think in terms of the humor, I think it could be very funny. It's going to be great to see the cast back here. You know, Jack Black as Poe, Dustin Hoffman as Shifu, Angelina Jolie as Tigress, Seth Rogen as Mantis. You know, the list goes on. Not to mention, you have J.K. Simmons as the antagonist. I mean, we saw how he was in Whiplash. So if he can be that menacing in Whiplash, I'm pretty sure he could be menacing in an animated movie. I am looking forward to that. Also, Bryan Cranston as Poe's father.
That's all. Right. Heisenberg. as Post
Yes.
Father.
Yes, I know it's releasing in January. I'm not going to give the whole, but it's a January excuse to not get excited. Even with it coming out in January, I'm still really excited for this movie. I'm having hope it will be the best movie in January. Come on, January, give us something really good right there. So, yes, and the animation, of course, it looks spectacular. So, Kung Fu Panda 3, I'm pumped for it, and it is indeed my number 10.
All right, my number 10 is... I'm going to do a face, you ready? If you can't tell, I probably did a horrible blue steel, but my number 10 is Zoolander 2. Man, does this movie look funny. The trailer definitely sold me on this movie. I was already sold, obviously, because I'm a big fan of the original film, but just this trailer was hilarious. It gave me everything I wanted from this film, and just seeing everybody back for this sequel. Ben Stiller, of course, as Derek Zoolander. It's his best role ever, in my opinion, of course. He's just absolutely hilarious in that first movie, and it looks like he's going to be even hilarious, or if that's a word, in this film. Owen Wilson, of course, as Hansel. Dude, great to see Owen Wilson back, and some new additions like Penelope Cruz and Kristen Wiig. They should be good as well. And, of course, my boy, my favorite comedic actor, Will Ferrell, as the boy Mugatu. He was awesome as the villain in the first movie. He's probably going to be just as awesome in this movie. I'm so excited for Zoolander 2. I hope it's one of the better comedy sequels, because comedy sequels are not technically the best, but I hope this is really good. Just a B at least. A B will be fine with me at least, So I just hope this movie is at least good. So Zoolander 2 is my number 10.
My number 9 is the guy who loves chimichangas, Deadpool.
Oh, speaking of Deadpool, we'll get on to him a little bit later on in my list. I'll just say that.
Oh, man. Now, I wasn't too familiar with Deadpool when he was announced. So, of course, my hype level at that time wasn't really all that high. But then, I saw the footages. Once I actually saw the Comic-Con trailer, that's when my hype level actually started to rise from there. And I actually did play the PS3 Deadpool video game, which I love personally. And that actually helped me get to know more about the character. Ryan Reynolds, it looks like he's going to be, dare I say it, a phenomenal Deadpool. He looks like he has this role in the bag. He's going to go hard with this role. The action sequences looks like it's going to be very violent. The action looks really exhilarating. I'm sure you're going to have some interesting music playing in the movie. TJ Miller.
Yes.
Oh, man, I look forward to seeing TJ Miller's role in the movie. And you're just going to have, from what I see in the trailers, a lot of batshit crazy action with batshit crazy humor. And yeah, what can I say? I'm now pumped for Deadpool, and that is my number 9 for 2016.
All right, my number 9 is, well, you're going to need to call him again because at number 9 is the Ghostbusters Reboot. Now, you're probably like, you have this on your list? Yes. I'm personally really looking forward to this movie. I consider Ghostbusters to be the greatest comedy ever made. And, from what I've been hearing about this film and the cast that they have and the writer and director that they have for this film, I'm honestly really looking forward to this movie. It does seem like it could be a really good, retelling of the Ghostbusters. And plus, this is not a straight up reboot of Ghostbusters. It has it's an all-female cast, and it should be interesting, honestly. You've got Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Leslie Jones, and I forgot the other person's name, but, you've got a very interesting cast, and honestly, I'm personally really looking forward to it, and I think it could be really, really funny, and could honestly be the best one since the original, maybe. You never know. So, yeah, number 9 is the Ghostbusters Reboot.
My number 8 is going to be a movie franchise that I personally really enjoy, and that's gonna be actually Born 5. Now, I haven't seen any trailers to this one, but I'm putting it on this list because, you know, Paul Greengrass is coming back to direct it, and you have Matt Damon coming back as Jason Bourne. So when you have that, that's enough for me to be excited. And once the trailers do come out, I hope I am blown away by the trailers. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. And I even really enjoyed The Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner. I know not a lot of people were fans of that movie, but I even really enjoyed that one. Kind of a shame that Jeremy Renner isn't coming back to the 5th one, because I would have loved to see a Matt Damon, Jeremy Renner team up. That would have made for something awesome. But despite not seeing any trailers, I am judging it by that image of Matt Damon, which is really nice. So that would be my number 8, which is Born 5.
All right, my number 8. Lately, we have been getting a lot of these from Disney, and that's retellings of their animated films into live-action films. And my number 8 is no exception, and honestly, this movie looks magnificent. My number 8 is The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book, honestly, looks incredible. I'm being completely honest. It looks magnificent. From the special effects to just who they got to be in this movie. They've got an all-star cast. You've got Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray, Idris Elba, Christopher Walken, of all people. So they have a very interesting cast. And honestly, just the movie looks incredible. It really does. And, you know, it just looks like such a magnificent film. It's being directed by Jon Favreau, who directed Iron Man, Cowboys and Aliens, Thera, and Chef. You know, he's directed a lot of films in his career, and this honestly could look like I'm forgetting Elf. Elf, my favorite movie of his. And, you know, this guy has done a lot of great films, and maybe this will be no exception as well. So, The Jungle Book, I'm really looking forward to it. So that's my number 8, The Jungle Book.
Well, speaking of The Jungle Book, that's my number 7. You have talented people here. You have Bill Murray. You have Scarlett Johansson. You have, like what you said, Christopher Walken, Lupita Nyong'o. I know I'm missing a couple.
Idris Elba.
Yes. You have everyone here.
Yes.
Well, yes, you have a lot of people here.
You know what we mean.
Yes, exactly. The visuals look freaking stunning. Like, wow, the animals look like they're actual animals. Holy crap. It really does look breathtaking. And definitely, this is one of those movies that's the definition of escapism. Like, you're literally escaping to a whole new world. And I look forward to being in this world when it comes out. So that's my number 7. I'm hyped, honestly, for The Jungle Book.
Coming in at number 7 is one of the many comic book films that have made this list, and this is one of them. And people are going to be a little bit shocked that it's a bit low on this list, and that is Suicide Squad. Now, Suicide Squad looks really, really good. Honestly, it looks really interesting. From the trailer that we saw, even though it was only one trailer, it was still looked very interesting. You know, I know many people are indifferent about the Joker, but me, personally, I love this new look he's got. He looks like my boy Pimp Joker, as I like to call him. But he looks awesome, honestly. I think he'll be a great Joker. And, you know, just the team in general looks great. This is the first time we're going to see Harley Quinn on screen, you know. This is just, you know, we've never seen Harley Quinn on the big screen, like in live action form. So this should be very interesting to see her for the first time, and seeing Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, you know, seeing all these people should be really cool. And it just looks very interesting, and a much darker film than most of the comic book films that we've seen lately. So yeah, my number 7 is Suicide Squad.
So my number 6, the movie is in this list because of 2 words, Star Wars. It's Star Wars Rogue One. I am hoping to put in this list in case when the trailers do come out, I'll be blown away by it, and which I'm pretty damn sure I will be, which is why it is in this list. So I don't know too much about like the plot. I know about like some of the casting and all that, but not too much about the plot. I'm trying to avoid as much information as possible regarding this movie until the trailers come out. But yeah, for this one, I don't have too much to say. I'm just going to say it's Star Wars. It's a spin-off. I'm sure it'll be great. Like, hopefully, Star Wars The Force Awakens. So that's my number 6.
My number 6 is another comic book movie. My number 6 is a part of a long-lasting franchise. And personally, one of my favorite franchises. And my number 6 is Xmen Apocalypse. Now, Xmen Apocalypse looks real. Now, I know we haven't seen any trailers or anything, but what we have been seeing, and if you saw like the little leaked Comic-Con footage, it honestly does look really, really good. And this is going to be the final installment of like the X-Men First Class trilogy, if we want to call it that. And seeing everybody from First Class being their own movie again, it just looks great. And I can't wait to see it. Definitely Apocalypse should be an intimidating villain. I hear he's like going to be the biggest threat yet. So this should be very, very interesting. My number 6 is X-Men Apocalypse.
My number 5 is a really big one. I am so excited for this one. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Oh my God, this movie looks, one word, epic. It's just going to be cool to see how Ben Affleck is going to take on being Batman. You know, he looks like so far he's going to be a very good Batman. He's been working really hard to be built for this role. So I already have very high faith that Ben Affleck will do a great job as Batman. It's going to be really nice to see Henry Cavill back as Superman. And then you have Wonder Woman, and then you have Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, which I'm still like...
yeah, me too, but
yeah, besides that, I am excited for this. The action sequences look very, very epic. Sorry if I use epic too much, but that's how great this movie looks in my opinion. And yeah, I'm just ready to see Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. It's going to be good to see a DC film again, considering we haven't had a DC film since, I think, Man of Steel.
Yes. Alrighty, my number 5 is another comic book movie. But with this hero, well, he's got a bit of a mouth on him. I'll just say that. My number 5 is indeed Deadpool.
Awesome.
Okay, Deadpool, man, this movie looks awesome. I'm just so excited for Deadpool. It looks incredible. From the trailer we saw to the leaked footage we saw last year, just this movie looks like a true Deadpool movie. And it honestly, they're taking this very, very seriously. Like in terms of production stuff and making this movie, they're taking it very, very seriously because they want it to be as much as the source material as it could be, you know? And you definitely see that, and I'm really looking forward to this movie. As you said, Ryan Reynolds looks incredible as Deadpool. He honestly does. I'm just so excited to see this film. It looks so funny. The action looks bloody, and you know me with bloody action. I love bloody action. Gets my adrenaline pumping, but, you know, just so excited for Deadpool. It looks incredible. So that's my number 5.
My number 4 is going to be X-Men Apocalypse. Now, we may not have any footages from it. I didn't even get to see the leaked trailer because by the time I was going to check it out, it was offline. So, poor me. But I really do love the images that they have released. And I mean, coming off of, it's actually behind me, X-Men Days of Future Past, which is now considered my favorite X-Men movie of all time. You know, how can I not be excited for an X-Men movie? And I can't wait to see how Apocalypse is going to be as a villain because, as you just stated, he's supposedly the biggest threat to them. Yes. So I look forward to seeing how Apocalypse will be as a villain. I may not have seen any footages from it, but just judging from the title, the plot synopsis, I'm freaking damn excited for this movie.
All right, my number 4 is the only animated film to make my list, and it's a sequel to a film that I love. You know, if you know me, it's my second favorite Pixar film, and my number 4 is Finding Dory. But Finding Dory, it looks great. From what I saw from that little teaser trailer, like I said, we didn't see too much, but it was still enough for me to get excited for the movie and just see that we're going to go on another adventure. And it just looks really good. It looks like a fun film, and I'm just very, very excited for this movie. Something I've been waiting for about years now, since they first announced it. And I'm just so excited for this movie. It looks incredible. I can't wait for Finding Dory. It's going to be great. So Finding Dory is my number 4.
My number 3 is another movie that I haven't seen any footages for, but I have seen a few images of it, and it's based off of one of the most popular franchises ever, Harry Potter. You guys know where I'm going to go with this. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Just by looking at the cast and looking at the images for the film, I think this could be a very great spin-off to the Harry Potter films. That alone has me excited because I really did enjoyed all the Harry Potter films. That's all I have to really say. There's not much to be said for this film because not much is given about the film, but because it's a spin-off of Harry Potter, I am excited for it.
My number 3, like Tony said, 2 words: Star Wars. My number 3 is Star Wars Rogue One. Now, the reason I do have it so high on my list, obviously, because it's Star Wars, and 1, it's the first spin-off movie. And I'm very, very intrigued to see this. And apparently, this takes place before the original film, before A New Hope. So it seems very, very interesting for me for that. And it's going to follow the TIE Fighters. So I'm very, very interested to see that. And just the stuff we've seen from the movie so far, it looks great. I cannot wait for Star Wars Rogue One. But at the time we're making this video, obviously we haven't seen The Force Awakens. But just the movie sounds incredible. I can't wait for Star Wars Rogue One. So my number 3 is Star Wars Rogue One.
My number 2, I have to put it in the spot. Finding Dory.
Yes.
My goodness, am I so excited. Oh man, Finding Nemo. It's one of the best movies from Pixar ever, and it's just in general one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. I consider that an animated masterpiece. God knows how many times I've even seen Finding Nemo, and I never get tired of watching it. I love it that much. And even though what you just stated, we don't see much from the teaser trailer that just released, it still looks like it could be something great. And, you know, me being a Pixar, you could call me a Pixar buff at this point because I really am a Pixar buff. And I look forward to seeing how they'll do Finding Dory. And it's very nostalgic to me because considering I grew up with this movie, I remember experiencing Finding Nemo in the theater. I was very young, yet I still remembered that theater experience, and I couldn't take my eyes off of it. So being able to experience a Finding Nemo sequel in the theaters, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Finding Dory. I just can't wait. Can you guys just tell I'm so happy? Can you just tell?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my number 2.
My number 2 is Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War, this honestly looks like it could be one of the best Marvel films to date. This looks amazing. And just seeing that both Captain America and Iron Man are basically going to fight each other and all the others, and you know, it just seems like a very, very interesting film and a great movie, honestly. And of course, we're going to see Black Panther for the first time, and my boy, Spider-Man. Probably some of you won't get that joke, but yeah, we're going to see Spider-Man. That's going to be great. You know, and the action looks incredible. Oh, the action But just, yeah, it just looks great. Captain America Civil War. I cannot wait for this movie. It is my number 2 most anticipated movie of 2016.
So, after doing a lot of hard thinking, and I had to really think hard about this, my number 1 most anticipated movie for 2016 is Captain America Civil War. I mean, the trailer that just released really blew me away. The action sequences look spectacular. It's a cliche to say it because the action in the Marvel movies have been really great, but they really look spectacular. I look forward to seeing the whole disagreement, war, I guess you could say, between Iron Man and Captain America, seeing who's going to be in their side and how the war is going to go between them. It just looks so epic. And you also have the General coming back, so that's going to be exciting. And then you're going to have, like what you said, Spider-Man, and then Black Panther 2. So I just look forward to seeing Captain America Civil War. My hype level for this movie is just way too real with this movie. I love Marvel. This movie looks like it could be something truly incredible, very memorable. So that is my most anticipated, honestly, for 2016 America.
My number 1 most anticipated movie of 2016, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. This is definitely my most anticipated movie of 2016. From everything we have seen from this movie, it just looks incredible. I'm gonna tell you this. You're taking 2 of the biggest superheroes in history. No question. These are the 2 biggest superheroes in history, and they're putting them against each other. And it just looks incredible. We're gonna see them on screen together for the first time in film history. This looks just magnificent. The action looks great. Just everything about this movie looks incredible. I cannot wait for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. It just looks magnificent. And honestly, I think it's going to blow a lot of our minds. And maybe it could be one of the best comic book films to date. So, I would like to thank you all for watching our top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016 list. What is your guys' top 10 most anticipated movies of 2016? Leave in the comment section below. And I would like to thank 22 Tiger Dude for joining me for this.
Oh, anytime, man. Thank you for having this idea. It was thanks to him that I got to do this list. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. And I'm wwefan0599, and we'll see you all later. Peace.
And don't forget that this guy right here will always have dog power.
Boy.